I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and welcome to the Weather Xtreme video for Saturday, July 31st. And as we close out July, looks like the heat just rolls along. How about this view from Jasper this morning? Beautiful sunrise, some cirrus clouds out there on the horizon. Not too many clouds visible at Demopolis as we look at a rather flat river out there and a clear sky. And it looks like just a few clouds visible from Mount Cheehaw. A little bit of haze down there in the valley as well. Surface map, you can draw some boundaries in there if you want, but they're kind of hard to find. But they've drawn in a bit of a stationary front, and I think that front is a little further out in the Atlantic, but it doesn't matter. Helping to keep isolated chances of showers and thunderstorms across the northern half of the state. And in the upper atmosphere, we're looking at fairly substantial ridge that continues to make its influence felt across the southwest U.S., the south central U.S., and the southeast U.S., and that ridge is keeping things rather warm. The ridge weakening just a little bit temporarily, but coming back strong by midweek. Temperatures across the United States are just plain hot. They continue that way. Look at those. At 6 a.m., those values in south central Canada in the lower 60s. Is that amazing or what? Across central Alabama, we're generally in the 70s, ranging from about 71 over there on the Alabama-Georgia line to 78 at Birmingham for one of the warmer spots, and 78 down at Mobile as well. QPF-wise, not a lot of precipitation being forecast over the next 5 days as we stay in a rather isolated to perhaps scattered shower pattern. Storm Prediction Center outlooking a large area of covering a little bit of North Dakota and a large part of almost all of Montana and parts of Idaho. And that area is shifting to the east, covering most of the Dakotas and a good part of Minnesota as well on day 2. That'll be Sunday primarily. Tropics, relatively quiet. We are watching a couple of areas down there, one in the eastern Caribbean and one way out just off the coast of Africa. And you can see those two areas of cloudiness on the large satellite view covering the entire Atlantic basin. All right, this is a 06Z GFS model run, and you can see that isolated showers forecast for today. And if you get near one of those showers, you'll see a little relief. Coming back from the beach yesterday, we went through a shower just north of Clanton. The temperature dropped from 97 to 77, that's 20 degrees, and then came back, unfortunately, pretty strong, back up to about 96 by the time we got into Shelby County. The ridge continues primarily over the kind of the central United States with a trough on the east coast, but not having too much influence our way, and that keeps us in an isolated shower pattern. The ridge, the heat bubble, as James calls it, the 594 contour visible there on Monday, the 2nd of August, and that stays with us on Tuesday, the 3rd, and unfortunately, it's the same old story to the 4th. And what this means is that our temperatures are going to be dancing around 100 degrees with heat indices running 105 to 110, maybe even as high as 115. So something we need to be aware of. Again, on the 4th, it looks like isolated showers, pretty much the story. That's Wednesday. For Thursday, 594 is suppressed just a little bit as we have a weak shortwave moving across the north central United States, and the 594 comes back on Friday. So it's just hard to get rid of, and there it is again on Saturday, a week from today. So the bottom line is not a great deal of change, as you can see from the surface projections on the GFS for Saturday the 7th. We're just in the old scattered afternoon and early evening showers and thunderstorms with afternoon highs around 100, 97 to 100, and heat indices approaching 110 or so. Out into Voodoo country, we do have the ridge is just as strong here on the 11th, but notice we do have something on the east coast out off of Jacksonville, so the GFS is suggesting the possibility of something in the way of the tropics. And then again on the 15th, it looks like, and I'm not sure if that's the same one, it's a few days later, but maybe perhaps another one, but the whole pattern is certainly a little bit less ridgy, if that's a word, than it has been. Well, thanks for tuning into the Weather Xtreme video. Expect to have the next one posted tomorrow morning around 7:30 or so. In the meantime, I hope that you have a wonderful Saturday. Godspeed.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.